Did you know the key to vibrant health and sustainable living is closer than you think? Welcome to the Nassau Health Food Store Organic Living Podcast, your weekly guide to Amelia Island's best-kept organic living secret. Brought to you by Nassau Health Food Store by Steve Adams. This podcast is here to help you discover farm-fresh produce, holistic wellness tips, and practical ways to live a healthier, more natural life. All right, here on beautiful Amelia Island, whether you're a longtime local or new to the island, we are here to inspire you to embrace organic living. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of Amelia Island's Organic Living Secrets. And if you're ready to experience the organic difference, visit us at Nassau Health Food Store in Amelia Island. Your body and the planet will thank you.
Sleep isn't everything, but it impacts everything. Anyone who suffered and struggled with sleep knows this to be true. And in this session, Sleep Smarter to Perform Better, I'm going to show you how to use our unique, evidence-based, solution-focused approach to help you optimize your sleep. This talk isn't about quick fixes. It's about building lasting change into your day so your nights are restful and re-energizing. Hi, I'm Glenn Lubert, founder of Stamina Lab, where we help our clients optimize their energy, focus, and resilience through our unique evidence-based health optimization platform. And I know what it's like to struggle with sleep. As an entrepreneur, I suffered from severe insomnia, never quite falling asleep while my brain was running a marathon of ideas, stress, and deadlines. It led to brain fog, slow and poor decision-making, and my insomnia got so bad, I had to tell my executive team I was impaired and I needed their help. It wasn't until I put sleep at the center of my life that everything changed. I researched how to build my entire day around how to get the best rest and recovery, and continued to focus on what difference this would make in my life when I was able to consistently sleep well. And that insight led to Stamina Lab developing our REST framework, R-E-S-T. It's a solution-focused approach to optimizing recovery so you can perform at your best. No one's journey to optimizing their sleep is linear. No lasting change is. There are days when you do things better, and then there are days when you have a tough night of sleep. The problem with most approaches is that they try to fix what's not working. They focus on your sleep problems. Many approaches have strict schedules and rules and require tracking every minute of sleep and every negative activity that could have impacted your sleep. This often leads to negative emotions, and emotions create behaviors. So negative emotions become roadblocks to lasting change. Those approaches can make sleep feel like another task on your to-do list. But what if optimizing your sleep was easier than you think? REST is a solution-focused approach to lasting change that starts with values and identity, reinforcing progress through experimentation, alignment, and awareness. Instead of focusing on what's broken, REST helps you root change in who you want to become, making sustainable transformation feel natural and effortless. REST is a solution-focused approach that helps you make lasting change in your sleep habits so you can live the full, healthy, rewarding life you want. And it starts with one key factor that drives all sustainable change: your values. REST then helps you make progress by identifying and amplifying what you're doing that's already working instead of what's not. REST helps you harness the same power of mental imagery, creativity, and imagination that all top performers in the world use so that their desired behavior feels natural and effortless. The result? Lasting transformation in your sleep and your life. Let's start with R of REST. Root your change in your values and who you want to be. What difference would this make for you to get consistently better sleep? I mentioned that at the beginning. That's how I did it. What difference would it make? And this is fundamental to our solution-focused approach. Maybe you'd have more energy, focus, or be more present. And what difference would that make for you? You really drill it down, so this is very intrinsic to who you are. When you're showing up as your best version of yourself, what does that tell the world about who you are and what you stand for? Identify what's important to you. Why does this change matter? Clarify the impact. What difference will this make in your life? And then shift from fixing to embodying. Instead of trying to fix bad habits, align with your ideal self. Ask yourself, what do I value most about my health, energy, and well-being? What difference will improving my sleep and recovery make in my life? And if I were already living in alignment with my values, what would I be doing differently, even a tiny bit differently today, that would tell me I'm moving in the direction of change? So for example, instead of saying, I need to fix my sleep schedule, shift to, I value being present with my family, and good sleep allows me to show up fully. What would I be pleased to see myself doing even today that would show me and my family that I put my being fully present as my top priority? Because sustainable change starts with who you want to become, not what you need to fix. So we all know these 8 core components of sleep hygiene, and I'm going to go through them in some detail here just to refresh your memory on them. The reason I am because I want you to look at what's the first clue you'll notice that will tell you that one of these things will fit for you. And I think that's important to understand in this approach, is that we look for things that are customized to you. This is where you're rooting your change in your values and identity. What would fit for you? What would be the first clue you notice that this would fit for you? So let's start with the first item on the list, timing. Our body loves consistency. So we want to have a consistent wake up and sleep time 7 days a week. And often this comes in the habit of setting an alarm for waking up, which we're all familiar with that one, but also an alarm for winding down and going to sleep. When is our bedtime at night? Setting an alarm for that. This often leads to the challenge with bedtime procrastination in the evening. And so this is when you really want to go back to this question. So what difference would it make for you to get consistently better sleep? Reminding yourself of that question. When you're showing up as your best version of yourself, what does that tell the world about who you are and what you stand for? This also helps with getting up if you have trouble getting up at a certain time, or you want to get up earlier and build that consistent sleep schedule. It's about asking yourself those questions at that time. When those alarm goes off, what difference would this make for you to get consistently better sleep, to be on this consistent time of sleep, wake up and sleep, wind down? The next item is light. Light is so important for our circadian rhythm. This is why we have the consistent wake time and sleep time. If you're trying to create a circadian rhythm, and the best way to do that is to set it around light. So sunrise in the morning and sunset in the evening. And what's interesting about light is that when we get up in the morning, when we get natural light, that's when our circadian clock starts. And like 14 to 16 hours later, we start to get tired and fall asleep. So the idea is the sooner we can get that sun outside is the time when we're going to be able to start that clock. And it's getting outside. Yes, you can get light through the window, but it's highly diffused. So one of the habits that people try to start right away is to get sunlight right outside and first thing in the morning. Go get their coffee or their tea and get outside and start that circadian clock, because a good night's sleep begins when you first get up. Then at night, you want to have it's the sunset that triggers to say that, hey, we're getting to the end of the day here. So you want your light in your house to mimic those colors of the sunset, those oranges and red hues that we would have with the sunset. And electronics, there's a lot about electronic light that you have, and the latest research shows that it's really not about the blue light from your TV or your iPad or your iPhone. It's more about the content that you're looking at. Is it stimulating you? Is it activating your brain? That's more what's happening with your electronics. So if your favorite TV show on Netflix is on and you want to watch it in the evening, feel free to watch it. As long as it's winding you down and making you get to that moment where you're going to be in a relaxed, calm state. All right, let's talk about the bedroom. The bedroom, we want to create a sleep cocoon, where we're inviting ourselves to go into the bed. This is part of that desire to want to go to sleep, to beat that bedtime procrastination, to say, hey, oh yeah, I actually do want to get into bed because I have that comfy sheet, or I have a mattress pad that changes the temperature for the evening, and I have my nice pillows, or I'm reading a really great book, or I'm even changing the smell in the room to have some type of soothing, calming, with a candle or some lavender smells in there that will help you calm yourself in, like a spa, where you're going to be able to be relaxed. But you just want to make it your space, your inviting space for yourself, so that way you're looking forward to going to bed. Then there's the temperature. You want to make it almost uncomfortably cold, because what happens is our body goes into that hibernation mode when we have a really cold environment. So having that temperature set in the evening, it's one of your wind down activities, is set the temperature. I have it in mind, so after I brush my teeth, I set the temperature down. It's kind of the pairing of those two habits. And it reminds me to keep the temperature cold in the evening. And if you ever slept in a hot climate where it's so uncomfortable to sleep, and that makes sense because you're not able to get into that hibernation mode. So again, listen for these ideas that I'm giving out here, and which one would resonate with you, that you could see yourself doing. That's where you start. Things that resonate with you, things that are easy for you, things that are fun for you. It's not about fixing everything. It's starting with things that really resonate with you. The next item on the hygiene list is food and drink. So you want to limit this 2 hours before bedtime to have any food or drink, even 3 hours. Turns out happy hour is the actual good time to have a drink, if you're going to have a drink, because it gives enough time for the alcohol to get through your system. The alcohol might help you fall asleep or pass out from the alcohol, but it doesn't give you that restorative sleep that we want to have as leaders and performers, top performers. We want to be able to have that restorative sleep. So putting that food and drink 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. And also caffeine. You want to caffeine prevents the natural 14 to 16 hour circadian cycle from working, because it suppresses the sleep that's going to be coming on. And so you want to limit caffeine to earlier in the morning, or for me, it's at 2 o'clock is my time where I stop drinking caffeine. It gives enough time for the caffeine to half-life to get low enough in your body so it doesn't impact your recovery.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk to you about something important. Have you ever stood in the grocery aisle overwhelmed by choices, wondering which products are truly good for you and the planet? In today's world, it's becoming increasingly difficult to find food that's not only nutritious, but also ethically sourced and environmentally friendly. Many of us want to make healthier choices, but the sheer amount of conflicting information out there can be paralyzing. Every day you delay making the switch to organic, you're potentially exposing yourself and your loved ones to harmful pesticides and GMOs. Not to mention you're missing out on the superior taste and nutritional benefits of organic produce. The longer we collectively hesitate, the more damage is done to our health and our planet. That place is Nassau Health Food Store. We've done the hard work for you, curating the best organic and natural products so you don't have to second-guess your choices. From farm fresh produce to pantry staples, from supplements to natural beauty products, we've got everything you need to live your healthiest, most natural life. Visit us today and experience the peace of mind that comes with shopping at Nassau Health Food Store at Amelia Island. Your body, your taste buds, and the planet will thank you. We're located at 833 TJ Corson Road, Fernandina Beach, Florida 32034, United States. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Can't make it to the store? Check out our online shop at www.nassauhealthfood.com. Thanks for tuning in to the Nassau Health Food Store podcast. Until next time, eat well, live naturally, and stay healthy.